Alright, so welcome to another little build video. Today, we're going to be looking at the Kathool Adept. Now, this is a class that not a lot of people see. I've never actually seen anyone use this. Now, that is quite weird. Anyway, yeah, it's a really cool class. It's kind of one of the classes where it's like, it's quite overpowered, but also quite underpowered at the same time. So it's like really good, but really bad. It is like a proper broken class. Now, to actually get this class, I'll show you right now. So, to actually get this, you're going to want to go in. Is this a shop here? Go right to here, maybe? I forget. I should have maybe did this before I made the video, because I'm retarded, and I thought I knew. Here. There you go. It costs 1,800 dragon coins, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so for the stats I have for this class, now, I'm running this on my Death Knight character, so the stats are all the same, but it still works really well with the class, so I didn't need to change anything. So yeah, we got 105 strength, 55 endurance, 85 wisdom, obviously we get plus 33, plus 31, plus 25, so yeah, big increases. We have int and dex, but we don't really need those. My defenses, offensive, my damage, and my resistances are all down the side here. Character ID if you want it. But yeah, that is that. Alright, so for the actual equipment of this weapon, I am using the necrotic sword. Now, a lot of people won't have this, but it doesn't really matter what weapon you use for this class. Now, me personally, I like darkness because it kind of fits the class a bit better, but you can use anything. Like, I could use my Zeklem's blade if I wanted to. It doesn't really matter, but I think the necrotic sword goes well, kind of. I'm using the corrupted tendrils, which are like a good item for the class. It's like the only items you get that actually go with it. I'm using Zeklem's ring because it doesn't really matter what rings I'm using, so I'm just going to use these because they are pretty good. I have the what else do I have? I have the Warped Adept Helm, which is the helmet for the class. Zeklem's Heirloom, we have this, don't really matter. The belt, Zeklem's belt. So we pretty much have all our Zeklem gear. Like all our Zeklem equipment. But yeah, awesome. Oh yeah, one thing I will say, I almost forgot. The helmet and the cape. To get them, you're going to want to go to the Water Orb quest line in Book 1. And there's a couple of quests in there that you get the rewards from. Now, there's a link in the description. There's two links. One will be for the helmet, one will be for the tendrils, the cape. They'll both be in there. It'll tell you what levels you can get them at and stuff. So, yeah, I won't really show you because I might not get them in the video. And it might take me like an hour to record them, so yeah, they'll all be in there. You get them at different levels. It's level based, but yeah, I think I have the level 40s, don't I? I have the 43 and the 43. I think you get them in the 60s and the 70s, maybe 80s, I can't remember, but yeah, that's that. Now, one thing I will actually tell you, if you know where to find the armor customization, it's going to be really helpful because the helmet and the, I don't know about the tendrils, but they're actually like a shitty grey sort of colour, and they do not match the class whatsoever. Now, you can't actually customise the class by itself, so what you're going to want to do, I'm not going to show you because it's a pain in the ass having to de-equip all the gear, but customise your base armour colour. So put your base armour colour to this sort of bluey look, bluey sort of turquoise look, and then put the trim colour to the sort of purple, and it'll change the colour of the helmet that you can get and the wings, and I think it changed the colour of the base armour as well, but you know, it is what it is. It's a lot better than having like a grey helmet. So yeah, you can customise this stuff if you customise your base class, like your warrior, your rogue, your mage, whatever you're doing it on. Alright, so we're actually on to the skills now. We have increased stun chance, you know, whatever. Not the best. It does decent damage. Because the thing about this class is the actual damage is quite good, but some of the abilities are like kind of shit. and they cost like a shit ton of mana, like 190. Okay, so Nervous. Minus 25 immobility, so it makes it easier to stun. So I guess that's quite useful when an enemy actually has a resistance. So yeah, it is quite useful. But, you know, it is what it is. A headache your enemy won't forget. That's very cheap to use. Okay, so the next turn it does damage, I guess. I don't remember all of this, but you know. Oh, it does that over 4 turns, so that ability is quite good. It's very cheap as well, so it makes it awesome. Knowledge is good. Affected by migraine. I think that like gives mana. I didn't get to see very well because I didn't really lose much. But, you know, it costs nothing, so it's not bad. Now, restore some health. This costs 190. They're a bit expensive. It's a bit ridiculous, but, you know, you sometimes can't complain over heals. I mean, the Paladin has the ability where it gets rid of all your mana for a full restore of your health. So, you know, Ink Spray. So, reduce enemies' hit chance. You know, quite useful. It's very weak. It does 15 damage. But you know, but minus 50 to hit, so that's pretty good. Anyway, paralyze your enemy in fear. I healed a shit ton of health there. Oh yeah, this ability heals me over time. So I think it's gone now, but I forgot about that. I think it heals me over time. So paralyze the enemy in fear. It's paralyzed for 3 turns. Awesome. Put a defensive shield. Phenomenally improved. So we have avoidance has increased. I guess that means maybe I'm immune to damage. We have a normal attack. 183. 183 is actually pretty good damage for a normal based attack. Mad. Use your rage to increase damage. This ability is pretty good. Just some. Well, that was a crit, so maybe it doesn't do that much. Oh wait, increases our damage. 25 damage percent more, so that's pretty good. Tidal. Unleash the awesome power of the water. This attack is pretty good. That has like a high crit chance, I think. So yeah, that attack's okay. Risky move that unlocks Kathool's Wrath. Now, we're not going to get into that right now because it unlocks this ability here. So yeah, Corrupt. Lower enemy damage. There you go. Let's see what damage it lowers. Minus 25. Pretty good. It's very cheap as well. Mind Twist. A hex that gains power when corrupted. And it killed him. Okay, so we'll try that again. Alright, so where were we? Hex against power when corrupted. 203. The Hex gains power when corrupted, so I think if you use this ability, it does more. I should have actually tested that. I'll do it in a minute. So right, we have Red Tide at Night, Monster in Fright. This attack's pretty good. Yeah, it's a guaranteed crit. So 532, pretty good. I love this class. It is like weird. It's a good boss killer, like one of the best boss killing moves. But also one of the most costly. I mean, some of the abilities are really cheap. Like you have Corrupt, and then this, they're really cheap. You have stuff like this that's really cheap. That's free. So you know. Okay, so let's do Shadow. We have some decent damage there. Now it unlocks this. Now this is where the class gets like ridiculously overpowered. $1,218. Now that was a critical, which you're probably thinking, but that attack actually has a 50% critical hit chance, or I think more. There'll be a link in the description for the complete all the abilities and classes, the class abilities. So you can have a look at that. I don't know the numbers exactly. I think it's 50%. hit critical chance. You know, very good. Alright, so really quick, I wanted to check out the these two combined. So we have 134, that was a crit. It's a pretty weak attack generally, but this one should be a lot stronger. Yeah, 411. I don't know if that's a guaranteed crit, maybe, but it definitely does more damage. Alright, so now we're actually on the good sort of like move rotation. Now we are actually fighting the Drunken Driller, so this guy has like a lot more health, but it still should work. So what we normally do is do Mad, so we get 25% more damage. Always good. I think my crit chance is like extremely high on this character. 32. So yeah, it's pretty high. Okay, so where is our attack? Oh yeah, Shadow. It's extremely costly. Like, look at that. That's ridiculous. But we get a big dick obliterate attack. So we get to do this. There you go. 1560. That is ridiculous. So if it's the Doom Cola machine, that is dead by far. But against this guy is probably gonna survive unless you have more damage, like a better powered weapon, like your higher level. Yeah, it's really good. 3 abilities, it costs like a third of our mana bar though. So if you're using this class, I highly recommend you get a lot of mana. I think damage is pretty good, but the class just has a lot of power anyway. But I think Wisdom, if you want to use this class, you want to get that to like 200. And then your endurance just, your strength, I mean, to about 200. And then your endurance to whatever you want to whatever like you might need. That was the Kathool Adept. Now, overall, it's definitely one of my favorite classes. I absolutely love this class. I think it looks awesome. It does great damage. It's very fun class to use. That's definitely got to say that. But what I will say as well, if any of you want to do XP farming, this is a very good class to use. I know the Chaos Weaver is generally like quite far superior, but the Chaos Weaver is like a book 3 class. So if you're playing the books in like the order, so like book 1, book 2, book 3, you're gonna have to wait a long while until you actually get it. But for this class, you can literally buy it at the start of the game. You have to be level 20 to use it, but level 20 is like, it's not that high. So if you want to get good XP farming right out the bat, you can literally use this class. Now, I think the abilities always do dark damage. I think some of them do, anyway. I think the Kathool ability, that big squid one that does shit tons of damage, I think that's a guaranteed darkness or evil damage. I think it's evil. So I don't think energy weapons work too well. So maybe don't use that. So yeah, but still, you still like 310 the boss. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.